I am in downtown Henderson, North Carolina. There's the American Legion post. Yeah, one of the nicknames of Henderson is Little Durham. And maybe that's what this Bull Durham smoking sign has. Southern classic cars. Looks like an old dealership. And look, they have a telephone booth, but it's currently occupied. Oh my God. I don't think I want to use that phone booth. Nice big sign painted on that tall building. Looks like a 5-story. There's the Chamber of Commerce. Let's check it out. All right, let's look at this display case here. The Raleigh and Gaston Railroad was the first railroad in North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Cooper's Warehouse. Tobacco warehouse, that is. And then you have the E.G. Davis and Company, the largest department store. Look at the old-fashioned. Look how high those shelves are. Somebody had to climb the ladder to get to those. And there's a cotton mill, Harriet Cotton Mill, 1895. And these, I don't know what these are related to, cotton, but cloth, I guess. 1920, the First National Bank. Here's the facade. Oh yeah, this is a home of roses. Forget about that. This is the hometown where it began, I suppose. Corbett Buggy Company, Corbett Automobile, with the manufacture of his first automobile in 1907, the Corbett Buggy Company became one of the earliest of the automotive manufacturers in the South. Only a handful of the Southern manufacturing lasted beyond the 1920s. The Corbett Company transitioned to trucks and buses, reaching its heyday in World War II, when it manufactured specialty vehicles for the U.S. Army. And this looks like a good spot to have some lunch. I'll do that later. A big kettle flower pot. It wouldn't be too easy to move around now, would it? Notice the eagle prominently displayed over the door. This was built in 1911, and it was the post office. And I was right. This was an old post office. You can tell by the marble floors, the woodwork, the elegant ceilings. Look at that. Vaulted ceiling. This was when post offices had style. Back on the shady side of the street. Now this is a building that was removed and is now Ambrose Park. And what a nice park it is. Maybe they have events here in the summertime. Yeah, I like this water fountain. M. Rose Park. A lovely name. Let me go back here to the shade. This is nice. 3 pillars here. What is this? Something is covered up. And I don't know what kind of vine this is, but it's pretty intricate. I guess this is art. There's currently a chain of department stores called Rose's. And I think this is where it began, right here. Gear store, gear and beer. Good combination, huh? And look at this right here, a paddle boat. Look how big it is. First National Bank has a Greek facade, Egyptian styles, etc. Look, there's a deposit, night deposit. Walkabout. No boat, no problem. Drive like a girl. And get you some new jeans that look like these, huh? Oh, look at the roses there. It's kind of faded. Right here at the railroad track. We're talking Gothic here. That's the old fire station. And over here, apparently was a depot. Let's walk up here and see. It's an old brick. Lots of old brick. Some of it weather beaten. Now that is spectacular. And look at that tower. Now that's got class there. 1908. And what a neat little building here. Well, George's looks like a pretty nice place to dine. I don't know if it's fine dining, but it's a little cut above, that's for sure. I believe this is the Methodist church. This is nice. You have this little landscape fountains here across the street from the church. Let's go over and check it out. Yes, I was correct. This is the First United Methodist Church. This is built with Mount Airy granite, and it's Gothic in style. Beautiful building. And even the entrance is granite steps. What a huge stained glass window. They also have a nice, peaceful little meditative garden. And that one is a gym, no doubt about it. Okay, I'm crossing underneath the railroad and going over to, I think the high school is right over here. Look at that facade. You don't see that anymore. Okay, I have my architectural history walking tour guide, and this was designed by Eric Flanagan in the collegiate Gothic style. Maybe that wasn't the front, maybe this is the front. Yeah, that was the side door. Okay, here's the front right here. And it is magnificent as well. I'm glad they didn't tear it down. That's the fate of a lot of old high schools that were built. And what kind of tree? This is a ginkgo. Look at the bark. It's an Asian tree. Here we go. The front facade. There's the owl in the corner there. Don't see the gargoyles though. Henderson High School. 1936 is when this was built. And it was designed by Eric G. Flanagan. He was from Albemarle County, Virginia, and he opened his architectural practice in Henderson in 1922. It is now the Center for Innovation, Vance Virtual Village Academy, Wayne Adcock Auditorium. It has been repurposed. Let's see what this wing might be. This is obviously a newer design. Maybe it's a gym. Or maybe it's the art building. I think this is the gym right here. Yeah, football field. Look at the stands. They're made out of stone. The railroad track, as it goes downtown, this is looking south towards downtown. Okay, I'm back at the Methodist Church. There's a little chapel adjacent to it there. Isn't that cute? Okay, from reading my architectural tour pamphlet, Eric Flanagan, who designed the high school, also designed the United Methodist Church. This guy was extremely talented. This is the courthouse complex, and right next to it is this humble little house here with the porch. If you worked at the courthouse or county administration, you would have a very short commute to work. And then everybody would leave on the weekend. You'd have the whole place to yourself. Let's walk up here and check it out. Now, the United Methodist Church is impressive no matter what angle you view it from. This is from the back. Nonetheless, it's most impressive. You don't see many with that rotunda, I don't know what you'd call that particular window. Must be very impressive from the inside. Let's go and take a look. Okay, here I am on the inside. Vision, Vitality, Variety. 1881, and the building was built in 2000. Let's go downstairs and check it out. We have a district court going on today. All right. This is Governor Zebulon B. Vance, the Civil War governor of North Carolina. Entered politics as a young lawyer from the North Carolina mountains. Continued public service all his life. It's nice. And look up at the skylight. Most impressive. Henderson, North Carolina, was named after this gentleman here. Leonard Henderson, member of the first NC Supreme Court, Chief Justice. Nutbush Address. Well, the regulator movement is associated with this area as well. The Glass House, patronized by Northern hunters and tuberculosis patients, opened in 1871, burned in 1893. Talking about hunters, people come down from up north because of a lot of forest and fields that you could hunt in, and they would have clubs down here. Tiny Broadwick, aviation pioneer, first woman to parachute from an airplane. Demonstrated use of parachutes to the Army, 1914. Richard Henderson, founder of Transylvanian Colony, Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee, author of Cumberland Compact, 1780. He hired Daniel Boone to scout the Cumberland Gap Trail into Kentucky. St. John's Episcopal Church, 1746. Bingham School, first military school in North Carolina, founded in 1826 by W.H. Bingham. Moved to Littleton in 1829. There's a Bingham classroom building at UNC, Chapel Hill. Mary L. White, a pioneer in the field of organized nursing. She founded the NC Nurses Association. John Lederer, pioneer German explorer, traveled into the Piedmont in 1670 with Indian guide, recorded observations of landscape inhabitants, entered colony nearby. Corbett Company, here's the truck, boogie maker. Built boogies in 1889. 1907, they began to build automobiles, later tractors, buses, and during World War II, trucks for military. Confederate Cemetery, graves of 52 soldiers individually marked who died in the Kittrell Springs Hotel Hospital in 1864, 1865. This courthouse, the old courthouse is considered now, was built in 1908. This is the old courthouse, built in 1908. Now the county commissioner's offices and tax office. Let's go down and check out this church. This is a good town to walk around in. There's not much traffic. This is a Tuesday, around noon. Another impressive steeple and church. Look at those columns. This is a Presbyterian church, and a lovely one it is. Fellowship Hall here. Henderson has some impressive churches. Beautifully designed and maintained. All right, now I'm looking for the library, and I'm not exactly sure where it might be. Cooper Mini, long service guy. I've never seen a Cooper Mini with a lawnmower trailer behind it. This is an interesting building here. The facade is beautiful, but the roof is missing. Maybe this is the library that I'm looking at here at the police station, which is really a nice, beautiful design. It's like a college campus. All right, let's go over here and see if there's a plaque that identifies this type of cedar tree. I like the shape of it. And look, the flag is at half-mast. This is the library. Mr. South. This is a concert hall, performance center on the left side here. This is the entrance, interior entrance, and here's the library, Perry Library. A tree sculpture. And on the floor they have maps of the continents. There's Africa, Europe, Eurasia, Australia. I always like to go to the libraries and check them out. So let's see what this one is like. Hello. Look at this. That is beautiful. It's like almost like a grand stairway here. And what is this right here? A photo op? These old-timey tobacco barns were created by Randy Abbott and donated to the library. Look at this tobacco barn here. You take the roof off. Those are the tier poles. There's a tobacco string and sticks. There's a slide. And look, Pepsi. They got Pepsi there.
Do you know him, the man that did?
2006 is when this building opened up, this new library. The venue for local productions by Henderson players, as well as traveling shows of national stature. The Church of the Holy Innocents, an Episcopalian church, is another example of Gothic architecture in the churches of Henderson. And another Gothic tower. This is the First Baptist Church, built of Mount Airy granite as well. (2 p.m.) It's time for a late lunch. I'm in Sadie's coffee corner. Look at a little lounge room in here with tables. It's nice. And what did I get? This is some kind of a chicken bakery and coffee. Look at these old photos. After lunch, I drove out to John H. Carr Dam and Reservoir. This 50,000-acre lake extends 39 miles up the Roanoke River and along 800 miles of wooded, cove-studded shoreline. This is the Hibernia campground.